Kia ora, my name is Alexandra Boros. I was born here in Gisborne and raised in Naraba on a sheep and beef farm. I went to Naraba Primary School, Gisborne Intermediate, and then Gisborne Girls High as a rectory boarder. I have two daughters in their early 20s, one in Europe who's a professional water polo player studying health science, and another who is in Hawaii. She's a student athlete at the University of Hawaii and studying business. My husband is a senior recruitment advisor for Te Whatu Ora. He's working recruiting senior doctors for Gisborne Hospital. I spent most of my working career in sales, design, wholesale and retail, primarily in Hong Kong and then more recently in Christchurch. It was just last year that my husband and I decided to move to Gisborne. We had a lot of options available. We could have moved to Europe, Australia, anywhere else in New Zealand, and we've chosen Gisborne. We've committed to here. We love the place and believe in its potential. So we live in the CBD on Gladstone Road between Low Street and Peel Street in a heritage building, and from there we see the problems of this town and the potential as well. And in February this year I decided I didn't want to sit and watch anymore. I wanted to get involved, and so I decided I would run for council. Who if not me, and when if not now? My key areas of interest, number one, is to create a safe and inspiring city centre where our residents are embraced, our visitors are welcome, a city centre that supports and attracts business and investment, private investment. Number two interest is to put a stop to wasteful spending. We have a massive infrastructure issue in our region and that needs to be prioritised. And number three is people over politics. So basically installing the trust and transparency between our community and the Gisborne District Council. Of those three things, all are important, and beyond them there are a whole lot of other important issues. But if there's one that I could promise to work on from the very start, if I'm elected, it would be trust and transparency. That's something I can control and can contribute to straight away. I'm Vice President of Gisborne Neighbourhood Support. It's just reignited after a 7 or 8 year break, and Gisborne was the only city of its size without this representation, so it's exciting to be back, or to have that back involved in our region. I think being in touch with communities at grassroots level is going to be a great asset for me as a councillor in keeping and being able to represent our people well. I'm also a founding member of Tairāwhiti Water Polo Club. That occurred in line with Kiwa Pool's opening, and we've started the sport here from scratch, and really proud to be offering a sport that's a team sport but also one that has a big focus on water safety. We plan before the end of this year to introduce the sport to schools up the coast, and I think being involved with any sport gives you a new community to work within and a great way to meet people and be involved. A lot of people fly into Gisborne to work on a Monday morning and then fly out on a Friday afternoon, and I think in 10 years' time, if those people actually commit and this is a region they want to live in, they bring their families here and they have total buy-in to living here, that would be a really good indicator that the next 10 years will be successful and be done well. Wow, something you don't know about me. I played netball for Poverty Bay East Coast, which was Sunrise Coast at the time, and I've also played netball for Hong Kong, and I introduced netball into 2 international schools while I was living in Hong Kong from scratch, so huge projects, and it helped those schools provide an extra sport for their female students. and I just checked recently and both schools are absolutely flourishing in netball with multiple teams across many age groups. So yeah, while I'm involved in water polo, netball's my sport through and through. So 16 years working for myself and my own businesses has given me a really broad range of skills, from financial understanding to client relationship management, project management, business development, networking, marketing, and self-motivation. I cover a really wide range of people in our community, in that I'm a country person with a really good knowledge of rural life, but good experience in business in an urban setting, of Māori descent, but I don't have an affiliation with an iwi here in our region. I'm the perfect age in that I have daughters in their 20s, so I'm attuned to that generation and in touch with that generation, but also my parents who grew up here in Tairāwhiti are now retired, and I feel well connected to that generation as well. So, you know, the job of a counsellor is to represent, and I feel like I can represent a wide range of people.